Alright, hi folks, we're back. We're going to do a brake job on a 2004 Taurus. Rotor and pads. Now, if all you need to do is pads, I'll show you how to do that. That's actually fairly quick if all you need to do is pads. Realistically, you should replace the rotor or have them turned, but I know for some people that's a little bit more than what they can spend. So, pull the bottom bolt. Now, crank your wheel so that it sits this way, because you're going to have better access into here. We just pull up the caliper, pull that out, pull that out, pop out the clip. We're going to set that down for a sec. We're going to pull out a caliper grease. Now, good set of pads will come with caliper grease. This set did. And it comes with stainless steel hardware, not frickin' painted steel. Painted steel hardware will wreck your day. Now, I put caliper grease on the piston and on the facing side so that it actually sticks to the pads. Now, realistically, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to push the pistons in. And I'll show you how to do that now. You know, so if you forgot to push the piston in, especially on one of these, just put your pads back in. This is the way I do it. I do it with a big C-clamp. Big old C-clamp. Really make sure. Oh, open up your master cylinder. Just take the cap off. Make sure piston is completely retracted. Set that off to the side. Now, I'll show you on the back side. It really does help to get your piston and the back side right here and here. Here and here. Okay, so you don't need a whole lot for those areas. Now, put the little clippy part so that it clips on right here. Okay? Put the little clippy part so that it puts it right there. That one's supposed to go. So Now, I will put a little bit of caliper grease, not a lot, on the shims so that they actually move. You know, a little dab will do you. Now, where the tricky part comes in is making sure that these ears sit on either side of the clip. So, just slide it in there. There we go. Alrighty. Now, put wherever the heck it went. Put Loctite. I'm using orange. You know, I'm using orange thread locker. Now this is just a quickie way to do it. And you'd be done with just pads. Now if you're replacing the rotor like we are, that's where pulling this caliper comes into play. So, first, I do have the right size, right? Yep. Sloppy, but it's a 15. Now, turn the bolt back in a couple threads, or else you're going to have this caliper slam itself into the ground, pulling your brake line with it. Okay. Now, figure out a way to tie this up. You know, a little bit of string, whatever. And then it's stuck in there. Yeah. Now, I know some of you are going to ask why am I replacing the rotors? Why am I replacing pads that have good meat on them? Well, sad thing is that the rotors are warped, and because the rotor's warped, there's a curve in the pad, and I don't know, I just don't like riding around with warped rotors. They make a whole heck of a lot of racket, and personally I just don't like it because it puts premature wear on other components. Now, before you folks even start typing in the comments, no, the jack is not the thing that's supporting the vehicle. It is just there for supplementary support for the jack stand. It's a good idea to have 2 points of support when you're underneath the vehicle. I got anti-seize that I'm going to put around the hub, just around the hub, not on the studs. Do not put anti-seize on your lug nut studs. That is stupid. I have seen people do it. It is not recommended and is not a good thing to do to vehicles such as this. Now, yes, I get it that there are big Class 8 rigs, Class 6, Class 7, 8 rigs that have a special anti-seize compound. Special. Okay? This does not. Do not put that special compound on these studs. Now, I just got around the hub and one stripe between each one of the studs. Okay? Now, I am putting on slotted and vented rotors. They are side specific. We are doing the front passenger side, so this one says front passenger side, pass side. Okay. Now, if you're doing it with just standard rotors, like such as these can go either side. They are not side specific. Just remember that when you do put them on, they do like to wear in, and they are then side specific. But right out of the box, they are not. Okay? Dissimilar to these. Okay? Now, I'm going to get these lug nuts down so that I can actually hold the rotor in place. And like a lot of good old mechanics, you keep the axle nuts around just for doing rotors. Okay? Just so that you can space it. Okay, now you can put your caliper back in. Don't forget to put some sort of a locking compound on your bolts. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm just going to start this. Hey, it's okay. Come on. Fine. Okay. We're going to put thread locking compound on this, and then ironically we're going to take the top one back out. And I don't feel too bad about coating this thing in orange, because it's supposed to come off. And there we go. We put okay. Back out. Now, if I was using red, use that a little bit more sparingly. Only a couple drops. This I want to really coat. There. Now we're done with the brakes. Now you want to make sure, come back in, make sure that all your bolts are tightened, and make sure that these little fins haven't slipped in between, of which they haven't. So this brake job is done. All we gotta do is go pump the brakes to get these rotors to set in, put the wheel back on, and we're ready to rock. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.